Hello everyone. Welcome you all to yet another topic, and the topic is about the introduction to MATLAB. So without any delay, let me walk you through the topics which we will be talking today. We will begin by talking about the emerging technologies using the MATLAB for data analysis, numerical computation, algorithm development, app development, test automation, etc. And then I will take you through why MATLAB is needed, what is MATLAB, what are the features of the MATLAB environment, what are the use cases of MATLAB, how to use MATLAB Help to be your own teacher to learn the MATLAB. So let's start with the emerging technologies. So emerging technologies and innovation are an integral part of the digital transformation, and they have big implications for the youth field. Additionally, the collaborative adoption of emerging digital technologies can significantly improve firm performance and innovative capabilities. These technologies also have the potential to create new products, services, markets, and industries, boosting consumer demand and generating new revenue streams. With technology, there is an increased scope for the financial stability, understanding investment, and tapping into the new opportunity without requiring expert knowledge and growing business even with the minimal investments. These are the emerging technologies. These technologies, whatever the technologies we just talked about, all the emerging technologies definitely generates a lot of data, and that data needs to be analyzed. So there is a need of data analysis, and definitely that data is also used for the algorithm development, and the same data can be used for the test automation. Whatever the data generated from the technologies, that definitely need to process, and there are a lot many tools in the market which can help to process the data and do the analysis out of that, to help to generate the algorithms, to do the test automations, and do any stuffs which are required for that specific technology. But MATLAB is the one of the tool which is widely used, most accurate, user-friendly tool in the market. But why MATLAB? So MATLAB speaks math. Engineers and scientists need a programming language that lets them express matrix and array mathematics directly. Linear algebra in the MATLAB is intuitive and concise. The same is true for the data analytics, signal and image processing, control design, and other applications. That is the reason this MATLAB is widely used for data analysis or the data processing or generating the algorithms for control system and everything, with the help of all the emerging technologies to bring the product to the market. Now let's see what is MATLAB. So MATLAB was developed by Cleo Molar in 1984. MATLAB is a computer program that combines computation and visualization power that makes it particularly useful tool for the engineers. MATLAB is a software for high performance visualization, mathematical computation, and programming. MATLAB is an executive program and script can be made with the list of MATLAB commands like other programming language. MATLAB stands for Matrix Laboratory. The system was designed to make matrix computation particularly easy. MATLAB is a proprietary multi-paradigm programming language and numeric computing environment developed by MathWorks. MATLAB is a programming and numeric computing environment used by millions of engineers and scientists to analyze data, develop algorithms, and create models. Now let's see what are the features of MATLAB. MATLAB is a high-level language with a data structure, that is object-oriented programming, and rapid creation of application programs. One of the features that is a data analysis is the process of inspecting, cleansing, transforming, and modeling data with the goal of discovering useful information, informing conclusions, and supportive decision making. MATLAB also provides interactive environment that allows to design and sign mathematical complex problems. Signal processing, one of the feature, and it allows that optimization of functions, control system design, image and audio processing, machine learning, and deep learning. MATLAB offers built-in graphics useful for data visualization and the tools for generating custom plots. MATLAB offers huge mathematical library which requires for computing statistics, linear algebra, numeric integration, and many more. It also offers extensive support for machine learning and deep learning workflows. See what is the MATLAB environment. MATLAB environment lets you prototype and develop algorithm and easily compare alternatives. It is an integrated environment which explore biological data in an environment that integrate programming and visualization. It creates reports and plots with the built-in functions for mathematics, graphics, and statistics. The MATLAB environment allows user to manage the variables, import and export data, perform calculations, develop and manage the use of the MATLAB. Now, see one by one. Once we open the MATLAB, this is how the MATLAB environment looks. There are the different windows and we will see one by one. The first one is a command window. Command window enables you to enter the individual statement at the command line indicated by the prompt. And as you enter the statement, the command window displays the results. So if you want to create any variable, just write that variable, assign the value, and just enter. Let's see practically how the command window works. For example, if you want to create a variable, let's say the name of the variable is A, B, or any name of the variable. And if we type the A is equal to 1 or assign any value to that variable in the command line, and if we press the enter, that variable gets created. It's very simple. So this is a MATLAB, and here is the command window, and here is the prompt. I just explained you, it is indicated by this prompt. So here you have to create the variable. So let's go by the simple, that is A, enter is equal to and assign some value. Let's say I have assigned A is equal to 10, and you just have to hit enter. I just entered the 10, and now you see the variable is created, right? And the variable is loaded into workspace as well. This is a command window. So let's create another variable. B is equal to, let's say, 20. So this time I'm gonna use the semicolon. If I enter here, the variable is not loaded itself into the command window, but it is definitely loaded into the workspace. So here I have created the variable B. So this is the command window, and with the help of this, you can easily create the variable. The next one is a current folder. Current folder is a reference location that MATLAB uses to find files. This folder is sometimes referred to as the current directory, current working folder, or present working directory as well. The next window, which is part of the MATLAB environment, is a details window. The file details window shows full details of the files in the current working directory. Windows may be rearranged according to your personal references or personal preferences, including dragging windows away from the MATLAB work environment. This window is especially useful in the M script. If you load M script, this window presents and let you know that what are the sections you made for your script. The next window is a workspace window. The workspace contains variables that you create or import into MATLAB from the data files or other program. You can view and edit the content of the workspace in the workspace browser or in the command window. The next window, which is part of this MATLAB environment, is a MATLAB editor window. The MATLAB editor window is a simple text editor where you can load, edit, and save complete MATLAB program. The editor window also has a menu command, that is a debug run, which allows you to submit the program to command window. MATLAB commands are executed either at the command prompt or by running script or functions, which can be created and edited with the built-in editor. To launch the editor, if it is not already open, type editor or just type edit or edit file name. Commands can be entered here and executed as a script. The next window is the command history. The command history window displays a log of statement that you ran in the current and the previous MATLAB sessions. The command history lists the time and the date of each session in the short date format of your operating system, followed by the statements from that session. So here also you can see that whatever I have done, whatever the commands I entered, variables I created, everything is clearly reflecting with the date and time. And that is the beauty of command history. You can clearly see what you have done so far in the MATLAB. But what are the use cases of the MATLAB? Engineers and scientists use the MATLAB to organize, clean, and analyze complex datasets from the diverse fields such as climatology, predictive maintenance, medical research, and finance. MATLAB provides data types and pre-processing capabilities designed for engineers and scientific data. Neuroscientists use MATLAB to coordinate experiments, process noisy signals, wrangle complex data, and build and simulate detailed models of brain circuits. MATLAB lets you develop algorithms much faster than in a traditional language such as a C, C++, or Fortran. You can validate concepts, explore design alternatives, and distribute your algorithm in the form that best suits for your application. App Designer lets you create professional apps without having to be a professional software developer. Drag and drop visual components to lay out the design of your graphical user interface and use the integrated editor or to quickly program its behavior. Modeling is the way to create a virtual representation of real-world system that includes software and hardware. Simulation is used to evaluate a new design, diagnose problem with the existing design, and test a system under conditions that are hard to reproduce in an actual system. If any component of the system are driven by a mathematical relationships, you can model and simulate their virtual representation under a wide range of conditions to see how it behaves. With MATLAB and Simulink, you can analyze neural time series data from electrode signal recordings, understand structural and functional image data from neuroimaging and microscopy studies, use machine and deep learning to classify, predict, and cluster using models trained with neuroscience. Math functions provide a range of numerical computation methods for analyzing data, developing algorithms, and creating models. Symbolic Math Toolbox enables you to perform symbolic computations from the MATLAB command line by defining a special data type symbolic objects. These are all the part of the MATLAB features. Now MATLAB variables must start with the letters. It may contain only the letters, digits, and the underscore symbol as well. And remember, MATLAB is a case-sensitive language. If you are defining any of the variable with the lower case, you need to be very careful while using that in throughout a program. Variable names inside the MATLAB only recognize the first 31 characters in the variable name. And you do not have to declare variable before assigning the value. You can directly assign the value to the variable. That is the beauty to define the variable in a MATLAB. To view and edit variable, use the workspace browser and variable editor. Variables are listed in the alphabetical order in the workspace. If you define hundreds of variables, it may go difficult to find where your variable is. But MATLAB has a provision. Once you define the variables, it gets sorted by alphabetically in the workspace. MATLAB automatically creates a variable called ANS, that's the answer. And this is a automatically created variable. Even you can define this variable, but it is not recommended because ANS variable is automatically and frequently created by the MATLAB itself. So there are some special variables as well, like ANS. It's a default variable name for the results. If you just say A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 20, and if you add that, and if you don't define the variable to assign the results, that results automatically get assigned to this default variable, and that is an ANS variable. Pi, its value is 3.14. EPS, it's the smallest number. It's a very small number. If you want to use this, you can directly use this EPS. Infinite, either you can start with a small I or the big I. So this is infinity. Is again it is a special variable, not a number. NaN. It's a big or small n. So NaN is again a special variable. There are a few variables that are called commands involving variables. If you use the command window and enter that commands into the command window, and that falls under some of the variable types. So who is one of them. When you type who, it actually lists the name of the defined variable. If you have defined the 10 variables, it can clearly list the names of 10 variables. But remember that variable should be in the workspace. It should not be clear from the workspace memory. When you enter the whos, that is WHOS, it lists the name and size of the defined variables as well. Clear, it clears all. It clears the variable, reset the default values of the special variables. That is done by this clear command. But as I said, this whos clear falls under the commands as well as commands involving variables. So these are the variables as well. So clear name. When you enter the clear name, it clears the variable name. CLC. If you want to clear the screen, if you want to clear the command window, you can use this CLC and just enter. CLF clears the current figure and the graphs, whichever you have plotted with the help of your program or your application. Just use the CLF, it clears all the figures. To understand more in detail about how this commands involving variable works, let's go through some examples. So here I'm defining some variables. Let's say A is equal to 10. Then once I hit enter, the A variable gets created. So here the variable is added into the workspace. Now I'm creating another variable. Let's say B is equal to 20. Now I created another variable, B is equal to 20. So there are two variables created in the workspace. Now if I use command that's who, WHO, it's a which command helps to understand and it lists the name of defined variables. So if I enter, then you see it clearly tells the name of the variables are being used or which are loaded into the workspace. So variables, your variables are A and B. Now let's see how whos work. When I say WHOS, and enter, then it lists the names as well as the size of the defined variable. So here clearly it tells the name and the size in terms of the class as well as the attributes and the size. So this is a simple variable. It's not an array or any matrix. So the size is 1 by 1. So whose, these are the commands involving variables. Now let's understand about the CLC or clear as well. When I say CLC, that means the screen is getting cleared. Only screen. If I hit the enter, then that means whatever I written here in the command window, it's cleared from the command window. But if you see the workspace is still loaded. That is, the A and B are still loaded into the workspace. That means if I say C is equal to A plus B, it still understand what is A plus B and it calculates C, because A and B already loaded into workspace. So C is calculated. C is a 30. So 10 plus 20 is added, and the third variable, that is C, is assigned that answer, that is 30. So CLC means you can clear the screen. Okay, when I say WHO, who, it lists what are the variables are. And when I say WHOS, that is whose, then it clearly tells the variables with the size and its classes. Now when I say clear, that means it clears everything. So it clears from the workspace as well. Now we don't have the A. If I say A and enter, then it don't understand, because variable is not loaded into the workspace. It is not available into workspace because we have cleared that. Now let's see, use the CLC, that means clear screen. Clear, all are clear means clearing whatever the variable is loaded into the workspace. So very simple, whose, clear, CLC, everything. Now let's look for the CLF. CLF means clears the current figures and the graphs window. Let's create the graph. Now I want you to create one graph or plot. Let's say plot. If I say plot, and if I create, let's say I do like this, and then I will do 1 as to, let's say 5, and let's say plot. Okay, the size mismatch. So let me do this way. Instead of that, I will do this way. Okay, and now I'll plot this. Now you see here, the figure is plotted here, right? And if I use command CLF, which clears the current figure or the graph windows, if I use CLF and enter, that means whichever the figure we made earlier, it is completely cleared, right? So these are the command involving variables: WHO, WHOS, clear, CLC, clear screen, that is CLF. This is how it works. Now how we can use the MATLAB help effectively. Either you can access abbreviated functions that help text in the command window. If you see carefully here you just have to type help and put whatever you are looking for and then enter. So this is one of the way of to get the MATLAB help. This is called the access abbreviated function help. You just type help, and ahead of that you put down the variable or put down your topic which you are looking inside the MATLAB. Search the documentation for in-depth comprehensive help topics and examples. Type help followed by the name of the functionality you need to help with. So either you can start just putting the doc and look for any specific functions which you are looking for, or even you can help and put down the text. So both way you can get help for that specific function, specific subject. You just have to type everything into the command window and hit the enter button. Highlight a keyword or a function name and press F1 to obtain the help on that specific topic. If you want to know something about a specific topic, highlight that and just press F1 from the keyboard. It will populate all the information, help you to navigate through all the documentation about that specific keyword or specific topic. Use the function browser in the command window or the help browser to explore the documentation. So if you see here, here is your function browser. Here you see small drop down option, right? If you click here, you can see it allows you to enter. You just enter there what you are looking for, type there and just enter. Then you can get the help. So these are the way to get the help and be your own teacher. If you want to learn for loop, if you want to learn if else, if you want to learn the image processing toolbox, want to learn any algebraic functions, everything can be done with the help of this help, MATLAB help. Just use a help, type the integration, image, derivatives, algebra, mean, whatever you are looking for, even doc space and put down the function which you are looking for, or just click here in the command window, just below the function browser, type your topic which you are looking for and hit the enter button. After watching this video, I'm sure that you understand the basics of MATLAB. What are the different windows of MATLAB environment, MATLAB variables, use cases, and how to get the help of any topic in the MATLAB. Then please give this video a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, then hit that subscribe button. Now you're going to get the notification anytime new contents like that comes out. And lastly, if you have another topics, ideas, or any queries on these topics you want to see me cover in the future, leave me a comment below. I read them all. That's all I have for you today. Hope you enjoyed and hope to see you next time. Bye bye.